Hello and welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew, and today we're going to have some fun. We're going to talk about how PlayStation has missed the mark with gamers and some other stuff. Obviously, people are talking about copy and paste and stuff. I've seen some of that on Twitter. So, yeah, tonight's going to be a little bit interesting. But before we do that, I'd like to make another announcement. I have rebranded the memberships. They are now battle passes. So get your battle pass if you want to be a member. It's pretty funny. I thought it would be a good joke or whatever. Hey Desmond, how's it going, man? I thought it would be pretty funny to rename the membership tiers as battle passes. So we got the starter battle pass, we got the battle pass pro, the battle pass premium. I think there was another one in there. Battle pass, whatever. So now they're battle passes. Yeah, no, not a free skin. All the perks are still the same. I'm still working on some better perks that are actually worth freaking being a perk. So try to add some skins, and we'll get like the season pass. I'm going to add another tier. The season pass stuff like that. So you'll definitely want to have a battle pass for Fanboys Anonymous night when we bring that back. So, uh, hey, what's up, DJ? Ice Cold Anthony. How you guys doing tonight? So I posted that video earlier. I posted a video, the rise and fall of PlayStation. So I really hope you guys watch that one. I put a lot of work into that. I really, was thinking about it all day long. It is impromptu like everything else because that is the best way with my ADD to convey any messages that I have. I've tried writing them down. I've tried doing all that. It just doesn't work. It doesn't turn out right. I mean, maybe I could try like notes or something, like bullet points or something, but I don't know, man. It's hard because then it distracts me. Hey, did you see the new Horizon Forbidden West? Looks pretty great. So we are going to be talking about the Horizon Forbidden West tonight. So especially with all the stuff that's going around right now, like the copy and paste and all that stuff. Horizon Zero Dawn was my favorite PlayStation first party new IP. I don't call Bloodborne a first party new IP because it is not a first party game. It is a bought for it is a content locked third party game. So that sucks. Same with Neo. So I don't give those I don't give Sony credit for those. I feel like those are not the ones that. What's up, Mr. Dude? How's it going? Mr. Glass, let me have a sip of my coffee and drag on my pipe. I don't think reusing some animations is a problem. I'm not upset about the whole um I dude, the whole copy and paste thing, man. Every developer does it. As long as we're still in a point where where they're just making safe games anyways, like a lot of things like that aren't going to change. They're not going to go and like completely rebuild a whole new game to get your $70, dude. They're not going to do that. No, none of them are going to do that. Like every one of them reuse everything, man, which you're entitled to. For me, looks better, but it's my opinion. I think it looks fine. Everything that I've seen, and I haven't tried to get in there and watch a whole bunch of that stuff because I don't. To me, seeing those environments is kind of a spoiler to me, man. Like it's an open world game. I want to see that stuff for myself the first time. I want to travel to it. I don't want to see everything the game has to offer before I get into it because then that just devalues my experience a lot more than a lot of people would put there. So I don't I'm gonna refrain from any more negativity or anything about Horizon Forbidden West until I've played the game, until I'll probably play it for a few hours and then do like my first impressions video. And then after that, then I'll play through the whole game and then review it. Looks like fantasy movie. I will buy it for $70. I'm buying it day one. Like I'm not gonna worry about it. Oh yeah, people cried about the fruit. Yeah, they did. I mean, like it's fair game. You know what I mean? Like obviously, it's a finished. I mean, it's a product. It's a finished product. When it comes out, I mean, dude, it's fair game. People can criticize it however they want. Like that doesn't matter to me. What matters is what matters to me is the fact that is the game going to be worth it. Now, I heard somebody trying to compare it to Witcher 3. And I would ask them, I refrain, please don't do that. Okay. Do not put that much pressure on Forbidden West. Like, I don't think that, I don't think the Forbidden West is going to be in that type of a sweet spot for a game. I don't feel like Forbidden West is going to be that type of an adventure. To be completely honest with you, I mean, it would be cool if they were able to do that and make that game that way. It would be great, but I don't know. I don't think that's going to happen. I want to be able to shoot all the fruit off the trees in Horizon Zero Dawn. I mean, we'll find out. You know, like I do like the first game a lot, so I'm going into it with like I have high hopes for it. So hopefully it turns out great, and I can report good on it. But did you see the bangers for PS Plus? I'm so jealous. Man, I know. So that let's just bring it around to like the main discussion of tonight's freaking show or whatever. How the hell is PlayStation so freaking far out of touch with what's going on? Now I'll tell you, and this is kind of what I think happened. Okay, at the beginning of this generation, I think I think Sony, EA, Activision, Take Two, Square Enix, and who else? And a couple of other big developers and Phil Spencer were all sitting in a room, and and you had like Activision and EA and Square Enix and Take Two and be like, hey man, we should raise the price on the games. We should raise the price. And Sony's like, yeah, you know what? Our games are quality now. Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's raise them $10. Hey Phil Spencer, what do you think about this? And Phil's just sitting over and he's like, Game Pass, Game Pass, Game Pass. They're like, well, yeah, forget about him. We'll do this on our own. So they all decided we're going to raise the price. All them big companies are like, we're going to raise the price. And then there's a lot of other ones out there that are like, oh, I don't know if that's a good idea, man. You got like Techland. They're like, no. We're going to keep it at $59.99. Everybody else is like, no, we're going to keep the prices low. And then all those ones are like, yeah, man, we're raising the price to $70. Well, that all worked out until until the biggest one of them fell down. Activision fell down. Microsoft is buying them. I don't know exactly how well that whole $70 thing is going to work out for them now, because Activision was like one of the big ones, and it's like, oh boy, I don't know, man. Their house of cards is starting to crumble one by one. EA hit the crumble button too, man. They're like, oh man, our Battlefield 2042 is broken. You mean it's crap? It's not finished. We didn't do it right. I think the $70 price tag thing is slowly starting to crumble on itself. And games like Battlefield 2042, they accentuate and mark like this is why Game Pass is going to win this generation, because like Cyberpunk 2077, full price, $60 broken game. Battlefield 2042, broken game. Call of Duty freaking Vanguard, broken game. Like, well, nobody cared about it. So it's just those games are literally making the case for why Game Pass is freaking amazing. They are, man. Xbox is so in touch. What's up, Cabbage King? How's it going, man? I am doing good. I saw the tweet saying Horizon could dethrone Witcher 3 as the best open world RPG. That was, yeah, dude. Horizon, I don't think I love Horizon Zero Dawn. I think it was cool. I really did like that game. But I mean, Witcher 3 is my second favorite game of all time, dude. Like, I don't know if I don't I don't have one freaking, I mean, like, oh yeah, dude. PlayStation games, you guys don't understand, man. Like, if you've been playing games for a long time, like, when all of a sudden did PlayStation games become the best games on the market? Wasn't in PlayStation 1, wasn't on the PlayStation 2, it really wasn't on the PlayStation 3 either. But all of a sudden, toward the end of the PlayStation 4, all of a sudden they're the best games ever made. Like, nobody can. And yeah, that's right, dude. After The Last of Us 2 hit, after The Last of Us 2 or The Last of Us hit and like bridge the gap between blockbuster movie and blockbuster video game, that's when everything changed. That's when PlayStation was like, oh, yeah, you know what? Movie games. Oh, let's do it. Movie games. And then their freaking budget just ballooned way out of control. And now, dude, seriously, PlayStation is in the exact same place Nintendo was when PlayStation launched, bro. It really is. Their budget for their games is so big. It's almost as big as, Nintendo and paying for all those cartridges, bro, when the discs were like 15 cents a piece to produce, and Nintendo's out like 30-40 bucks to build those, I mean, like, dude, those games were expensive back then. And if you've been gaming as long as I have, you remember how much Super Nintendo and Nintendo 64 games were. You remember how much those cartridges were. Hey, Cool Breeze, how's it going? Either poll on a Sony site that asked if they wanted Horizon Zero Dawn or Elden Ring more. Elden Ring 1, hands down. Yeah. That's the thing. What's up, Avi? How's it going, man? Great game. Spent $150 on CP. Sorry, guys. Personally, Cyberpunk was my game of the year last year. I played it on Series X. I didn't really have a problem with it, to be completely honest with you. I didn't have all the problems that everybody else was having, so it was a good experience for me. So I'm not like all the other YouTubers that came out and like, oh man, this game is so freaking great, and they didn't check anything. They were just like, oh yeah, man, and we played it on our super powerful PCs, and it was a super great experience, and it was really shiny and had sparklies, and there was all these ray traced reflections everywhere, and it was the greatest experience we ever had. And then it comes out and it's broken, and they're like, oh man, like I can't believe CD Projekt Red would do something like this. And I'm like, dude, these guys bought the game on a freaking base PlayStation 4 and a base Xbox One. You saw how crippling that was for PCs, and they're like, I don't know, man. I don't know. And GoldenEye, Ocarina of Time, absolute bangers. You're right. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, man. Nintendo 64 had some bangers. It really did. But we were getting showered like Game Pass is showering you with tons of games. That's the way it felt on PlayStation 1. You can't tell me, like, we were getting bombarded with games on PlayStation 1. Nintendo 64, it didn't feel like we were getting that many games, man. It just felt like we were getting, for every one 64 game, we got like 5 to 10 freaking PlayStation games. And that's pretty much the case. That's the way it was all the way through. It's all Don Matrix's fault. He started the exclusive third-party game thing. PlayStation saw how that gave him the lead in the beginning of the 360 and took the ball with it. No, dude, that dude, PlayStation's been doing the third-party exclusive thing for a long time, dude, since PlayStation 1. PlayStation 1 got so many more exclusive titles that Nintendo 64 didn't get, that you couldn't get them on Sega Saturn either, man. The PlayStation's been cornering the market since the beginning when it comes to third-party development, third-party software. They've been doing it since the beginning. I mean, how many Final Fantasy games were on the 64? That was a way better console, dude, in terms of visuals. How many Final Fantasies hit the Sega Dreamcast? I don't remember Final Fantasy ever hitting Sega Dreamcast. You know what I mean? Like, how many Final Fantasy games hit Sega Saturn, man? PlayStation has been cornering the market for a long time. I mean, imagine if Final Fantasy VII would have came to Nintendo 64, man. My gosh, that game would have looked amazing back then. But no, man, PlayStation's been doing this. PlayStation's been doing this since the beginning, Abby. That's why they took over as the top dog, man. They were bombarding you with so much content, it wasn't even funny back on PlayStation 1. PlayStation 2 started doing the same thing, man. We got stuff like Castlevania, Laminate of Innocence on the PlayStation. That was Konami. You didn't get that on the Xbox. We got a completely different game on the Xbox. Game that was like kind of weird. Like that Castlevania game was kind of weird. It was nothing like. I mean, you were Alucard in the Xbox game, if I remember correctly. Hey, MK Michael, how's it going, man? There's just, yeah, man. Hey, Michael, how's it going, man? Welcome back. Master Chief is here. How do you say that? Lodgety? I don't know how to say that, bro. I'll call you Grow, Mr. Grow. Back when mechanics and story game rather than the graphics. Yeah, dude, like PlayStation 1 through 3, there was no major differential between visuals and games all the way up through the end of the PlayStation 3. It was only when the PlayStation 4 launched that the emphasis on visuals became far more far more they became far more important to Sony in the in PlayStation 4, man. Like that's when everything flipped, man. Like PlayStation 4 flipped the PlayStation to a completely different monster. Now they think they're all these like, oh yeah, man, these super great looking movie games are going to be the best. And I'm like, oh, dude, no. Why'd you guys do that? You guys used to make fun games, man. You got rid of all the other good games, that you guys used to make, and now you just make these high quality visual movie games that I don't know, man. It's just that puts a lot of stress on the developers, man. Well, look at Mark Cerny and see how he looks like someone who is. Gosh, come on. Can't lie. Sony a beast when it comes marketing. Yeah, Sony is good at marketing. I mean, you've seen what they did to Nintendo and Nintendo 64, and 64 tried to compete price per price, at the $49, even though those cartridges were killing them. But as soon as Sony started doing the greatest hits, bro, it was all over for 64, man. It was all over. They couldn't compete that. They couldn't compete with that, man. That 64 was a short generation too, man. They had the 64 came out in like 96, and then 2001 or 2002 it was GameCube or something. I don't think anyone has an issue with asset flips, and yeah, I don't have any issue with that. As long as I'm not too worried about it. They added some new stuff. She's got a parachute now and a or a zip line or whatever. I mean, yeah, dude, it is what it is, man. I'm going to play the game and I'm going to judge it on the gameplay, the story, and how it makes me feel while I'm playing that game. I mean, is it going to give me that $70 freaking high quality freaking PlayStation first party exclusive, or is it going to be just another open world with a story? I don't know. I mean, we'll find out. I like the first game. Like I really like the first game. Microsoft is thoroughly spanking Sony as of RDNA 2 back compat cross gen. Oh yeah, dude. I feel like the Xbox Series X is a far more capable machine. Just the fact that Uncharted 4, a PlayStation 4 game, is coming out and it cannot do 4K 60. Oh, man, I don't know, man. Whew, it's got me a little worried, about the future of the PlayStation 5. Thankfully, I got this beautiful 1440p monitor that I can play my PlayStation 5 on, and hopefully it gets native 1440p support, because I would much rather, if that's the best that PlayStation can do with the high visual quality graphics they got, whatever, dude. I want 60 frames a second, 4K or 1440p, 60. Oh, I see you put quick resume. Yeah, quick resume is great. Hey, Sev, welcome back. Quick resume is a great feature. I love it. I make videos every once in a while using quick resume, dude. It's so great. I can play one and jump into another one. It's so great. Saves me a lot of time from having to cut footage out, because I really, dude, I hate editing stuff out of videos. It's so much more time consuming, and some remakes are worth it though. In particular, Final Fantasy VII and KOTOR, their playbook is simple. See which hits out there, lock them to PS5. Yeah, I mean, KOTOR is definitely going to be one of those games that, I mean, I would think that you're finally going to get Final Fantasy VII remake in April. You'll probably receive that on Xbox in April. And after 2 years of waiting for it to come to Xbox, they better be putting that right on Game Pass, man, to be completely honest with you. Yeah, $70 is a bit much, man. Yeah, them cartridges were pretty expensive to make. They were probably making they were probably selling them for $70 because $40 of it was going to those cartridges. They had to have chips and everything, man. Where discs were way easier to make. I use a 1440p monitor for my PS5. Yeah, it makes it so much better to put it on my 1440p monitor. It's a better experience. Sony's ripping off their customers with Uncharted. Yeah, yeah, dude. I don't know. I'm gonna be downloading it here in a little while, as soon as it goes live, so I can pick it up. As soon as I can pick it up, man, I'm gonna download it. $10, whatever, man. I'll play it. I'll do a first impressions, a review, whatever on this channel. I might even stream. I might stream all of the second game. I'll stream some of the first game or number 4, but two more teraflops of power. I mean, I think the biggest thing, unpopular thought, is with the Xbox Series X and S being full RDNA 2 and the PlayStation 5 based off of RDNA 2, I think that there's definitely a I think there's definitely something there that's holding the PlayStation back a little bit in terms of being able to do stuff. Because and the only reason I say that, guys, is because the stuff I've seen the Series S pull off is mind blowing. But 1440p at 60 frames a second on open world Ubisoft games, that's mind blowing to me. That the Series S can do that, and then the PlayStation 5 can't do an Ubisoft game at 4K, because Digital Foundry did their little thing where like, oh yeah, it drops to 1440p. I've been playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla since the day it launched, and I play it. I boot into that game at least once a week, and I'm telling you, dude, it looks closer to 4K in the 60 frames per second mode than the PlayStation 5 does. It just does. It looks fuller. It looks richer. It looks like there's more stuff going on. So either they've been updating that game the whole time, they've been updating stuff, or PlayStation Foundry wasn't being honest. You know what I mean? But a lot of other people confirmed the resolution stuff. A lot of other people confirmed the resolution. So I don't know if that's I don't know if that's the case or not. It's a franchise you'd like to see resurface. Unreal Tournament for me. I'd really like to see the Tenchu franchise, SOCOM franchise. There's a lot that I would like to see. There's a lot of games that I would like to see. Let me see. Yeah, because that's when it came out, Nikita. That's when it came out on PlayStation 4 back when it 2 years ago now. It'll be 2 years in April. So, Frog, did you hear that an Xbox studio along with Bungie employees? Yeah, I heard they're making that Monster Hunter game. That gosh, what was the name of that? CA or whatever. Something. Yeah, they're making something like that. It'd be pretty cool. Straggly Rock, what's up, my friend? I'm doing good, man. Not much. I just thought I'd get on here and do a live stream. I don't know if this is going to be a full 2-hour live stream tonight, but we'll go as long as I can. Guys, I couldn't buy the 3050 today. You're probably fine by not buying that there, Mr. J. If it's anything like my 3050 Ti, you'll probably be better off. I don't know, man. PS5 is more like PS4. Yeah, I do feel like that. I honestly do think it's a PS4 Super Pro. Because I mean, like, if you think about it, dude, like some of the stuff that I was getting 4K, I feel like I'm getting like an image range that I was getting on Xbox One X on the PlayStation 5. And that's not to bash PlayStation. I mean, we all know the PlayStation 5 is a weaker console. It did hold up really well at the launch of this console with all the cross-play games. Like, it did pretty good. Games like Sackboy look amazing on the PlayStation 5. There's some other, I mean, like Demon Souls obviously looks amazing on the PlayStation 5, at 30 frames a second. All of the games that are running at 4K 30 frames a second, they do look good. It's the 30 frames a second that's like, oh man, dang, dude. And then you have to choose, like a way lower resolution or 30 frames a second. And me personally, I would much rather have the but now that I got a 1440p monitor, that doesn't matter as much. Oh, saving it for a PC. That team working on the Monster Hunter like game is auditioning to be an acquired. Oh yeah, that's what I was reading too. That'd be pretty cool, man. To the fruit physics in Uncharted, maybe. No, because Uncharted actually has some pretty good physics, bro. When you're on the side of a thing with like the little rocks and stuff, if you shoot them, they'll all freaking start sliding down. Like they'll slide down. Like the Uncharted has some pretty decent physics for the most part. Checkerboard Station 4.5. Yeah. Checkerbird. We like a checkerbird. Checkerbird. I like Fuzz K. Why his PlayStation 5 didn't have quick resume. I thought it was a next gen feature. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. There's a lot of stuff that the PlayStation 5 lacks. And it's just like, wow, man. It's like the Xbox Series X just feels like such a seamless experience when you compare it to the PlayStation 5. Everybody keeps on saying, "Oh man, the PlayStation 5 UI looks so good," and I'm like, dude, it looks like a freaking smart TV freaking UI, dude. I'm like, I go into my smart TV and I'm like, wow, am I on the PlayStation 5? Like, I seriously question it sometimes when I turn on SmartCast. I'm like, did I turn the PlayStation on accident? I'm like, dude, it looks like a smart TV freaking thing. The Xbox UI, I like it. I like the way the UI is on the Xbox. I'm not that it's not that big a deal to me. Guys, resolution is not everything. Prefer to play 1080p with all new features than 4K without. That's the thing. Yeah, dude, I'd much rather have PlayStation be able to lock at 1440p for my monitor so that I could take advantage of all the higher quality features and higher frame rate. Like 30 frames a second at 4K just doesn't do it for me anymore. I just don't care. And some games don't look that good. I mean, like 1440p is all right, but it definitely once you see the game at 4K, it's like it's hard to want to play it at 30 frames a second. I mean, that's probably why I had such a problem with Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart because I ended up playing that game at 60 frames a second, dude. So I didn't see all the shiny freaking. I wasn't looking at all the shiny ray tracing and stuff throughout the game. That's why when I was playing around with it and I'm making videos on it, I'm like, wow, I didn't even know this didn't have ray tracing. That's crazy. Blizzard's new IP is a survival horror game. Yeah, that's what I heard. The survival thing. That's kind of what I've been reading. Yeah, that's why PlayStation wants you can't keep the games as a sign of weakness. Oh yeah, well if it comes out on the PlayStation, it has to be built on the PlayStation, and then most of the time the developer will just make it on the Xbox in parity, so it'll look just like the PlayStation. They don't want them to have the better graphics on the Xbox, and that's dude. Clearly, that's what's going on in the industry, man. PlayStation 5 is a market leader, so everybody's building their games the best they can on the PlayStation and then porting them over to Xbox, dude. It's like they're not even trying to use the power of the Series X. Quite a few 3080 rigs on sale for around 2 to 3K. If Spartacus is not day and date, it's over PlayStation. Oh yeah, dude. If Spartacus doesn't launch with something worth the crap, it is done. I think Spartacus is dead on arrival either way. It doesn't even matter. It's probably just dead. I mean, like some of the like 2 or 3 of the PlayStation fanboys might pay for it, but the rest of them, they're not going to do it. PlayStation gamers are cheap, man. They don't even buy all these games. They sit and talk about them, but they never buy them. They never play them. They don't put their money where their mouth is. They just sit and pair it off. Oh yeah, well, it's got a Metacritic. It's got a Metacritic, and it's like, dude, who cares what the journalists say, dude? Nobody listens to those people anymore, man. Why do you think YouTubers are getting so popular? Because people don't care about what those guys have to say because they're not gamers. I mean, I dude, when they started crying about Modern Warfare, like on IGN, I was like, dude, what? You guys call yourself gamers and you're gonna sit there and be like squeamish about a video game? Really? Like, I don't get what's going on. After PlayStation fall this jam, what do you think will get PlayStation back on their feet? A whole lot of humility. Well, see, that's the thing, man. It's not just PlayStation. PlayStation on its own, because they do hold their games back and don't put them out broken. PlayStation is a different entity. But when you have Activision putting out buggy stuff and then falling and selling to Microsoft, and then you've got EA that's like putting out broken games like Battlefield 2042, it just goes to show that $70 is not worth it. The games are not worth $70. PlayStation is probably the only one that's going to put out high quality $70 games. I mean, even Square Enix selling that Final Fantasy VII remake on the PC for $70, and they sold it broken. It was broken. Great video from the Xbox future and potentially acquired Take-Two and EA. Oh, mark my words, guys. If Xbox buys EA and Take-Two, it's over for Sony. Like it's over. Like they will effectively be the only thing they'll have left to do is hopefully Nintendo will join them and combine so they can compete. But yeah, dude, after that, it's all done, man. It's going to be a game changer once Xbox releasable. Oh, I'm sorry, guys, man. I did not sleep that great last night. Good either way. Metacritic was 50-ish. Godfall, yeah, Godfall was such a joke, dude. I spent so much money on my PlayStation 5 since I've had it, and the only good experiences I've really had on it, I mean, like Ratchet and Clank was cool, you know, I mean, whatever. Sackboy's been pretty good, and then Kena Bridge of Spirits, not a bad game. Not a bad game. It's a safe game, but it's not a bad game. It's definitely safe. I mean, it's fine, dude. I even feel like they probably could have sold that for $59. You know what I mean? Like it was all right. I don't. It was double A, but it felt close to it felt close to like PlayStation 4 AAA. You know what I mean? Like it's a fine game. I'm almost done with it. Just when I get on there and I play it, you know, I lose interest after a while because it's so safe. Yeah, Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 2 is Activision. I hope they bring back Blue Stinger. That'd be pretty cool because I think Blue Stinger was Activision. I remember that game. It was kind of like a Resident Evil type deal. It was pretty cool, man. It almost reminded me of Blue Stinger kind of reminds me of oh, gosh dang it, what's that game again? Sunset Overdrive, dude. Coffee. I know. No, it's too late to drink coffee, man. I gotta go to bed soon. Did you see those free-to-play games for February? Yes, dude. Gosh, yeah, I don't know what the hell PlayStation. That's why I'm saying, dude, PlayStation's out of touch, man. They really are just out of touch with the gaming community, dude. Sony should buy EA. Good luck. They can't afford them. They can't afford EA, dude. Best bet Sony can buy Square Enix, man. That's it. They can't afford to buy no EA. And if they do, whoo boy, I don't know if that'd be a good buy for them. But I don't think that Sony needs to do is come back down to earth. Like come back down to earth and stop spending so much money on these high budget movie games. Just make them games. They don't need the whole extra fine-tuned touch for the higher quality visuals. They don't need that. They really just don't need that. They can get away with making the games just regular, you know. They don't have to do these really super expensive cutscenes. They can just make games, and it should be fine, man. They will charge $20. If they charge $20 for Spartacus, man, it's gonna be bad. SOCOM, I don't know. I don't really care much about Killzone, but if they brought back SOCOM, that could be an ace in the hole for sure. But they would have to do it. They would have to stay true to the beginning of it, man. They can't just bring back SOCOM as some great for everybody game. It has to be compelling for people to actually want to play it. So you can't afford to put copper in a cooling system of the PlayStation 5. You think I know? They cut out all that copper and they put in that freaking aluminum stuff, and they're like, and they got PlayStation Foundry out there to be like, no man, it's great, dude. And then they're like, hey, Gamers Nexus, please do this for us. Please do this for us, buddy. Just say it's not as bad, or just say it's comparable ish. Please, please. We'll send you the PlayStation. Just fill in for us, man. I don't know. I mean, I personally didn't put wires in one. I didn't buy one. I'm not going to buy one, so I don't really care. All I know is copper cool, much better than aluminum. Bro, you got to go to bed. You're tired. Plus, we need the best for the community. Yeah. No, dude, I start yawning all the time, man. It's probably like, I don't know what it is, honestly, to tell you the truth. I'm not getting enough oxygen. Sony just needs to diversify their lineup. Oh, you mean like no more of the same games? That's going to be a little hard. They're out of touch because they have way too many shills. Yeah, dude, exactly. Everybody wants to shill for PlayStation and nobody wants to like try to hold them accountable. Like, hey, man, like we get the fact that you guys want to make these movie games. We get it, but it takes you way too long to make them. You don't have enough studios to put out enough content, and we're not going to sit here and wait 3 years for a freaking new game to come out. Like waiting as long as we have for a follow-up to God of War and Horizon Zero Dawn. Like, really? No, man, no. Ubisoft could crank out a new Assassin's Creed every single year, man. Every 2 years. Like, what? Why are we waiting this long for these games? Hey, Carol, how's it going? Like, why are we waiting so long for these dang games to come out, man? Like, these games are PlayStation 4 games. They should have already been out. Now you're going to rock all of 2022 with PlayStation 4 games. And then you're going to be like, oh, yeah, now we're going to finally start doing the PlayStation 5 games. Well, you know what? By that time, dude, I don't think PlayStation 5 is going to be... I don't know, man. It depends. I mean, maybe these PlayStation 4 games will get them through the rest of this year, but I just don't know. I just watched the video, Andrew. I agree absolutely with the whole thing. Probably your best yet. Yeah, I put a lot of work into that video, man. I was thinking about that thing all day long, and I wanted to try to get that message across the best I could. As straight-faced and everything, man. I'll talk, no walk. Yeah. You guys got to understand, man. PlayStation's been doing this for a very long time, okay? Like, don't put it past them. They probably do have an ace up their sleeve, but the fact that they're bringing out PlayStation VR 2, a gaming peripheral that not many people have adopted, and they're going to be diverting a whole lot of quality teams and talent toward that device. If those games don't hit, every single one of them, they can't afford to put out crap games on PlayStation VR 2. They just cannot do that. They can't. You cannot just put out a whole bunch of the crap we've been playing, which a lot of it is tech demos. They're tech demos. A lot of stuff I've played on VR is tech demos. They can't afford to be putting that stuff out. These need to be full-fledged game-changing products, man. They have to be game changers. And I played through Blood and Truth when I got my PSVR. I thought it was fine, but I'm like, this is not the kind of shit I want to play on VR for the rest of my life, dude. Half-Life Alyx. I like Half-Life Alyx. I think it's cool, but I don't know if I like the way the movement is in the VR games like shooters and stuff yet. Okay. I still am trying to get my head around it. I don't like the jump to, and it doesn't feel comfortable enough to play them. I'm wondering if maybe PlayStation has got that fixed, with PSVR 2 to make that a better experience. But as it sits right now, if they bring out PSVR 2 for $400, it's dead on arrival. It's dead on arrival. That thing will die right on the spot. PlayStation Foundry is not going to be able to save that no matter how hard they try. Ew, but it looks good. Half-Life Alyx looks pretty good, but it's not. Half-Life Alyx is probably one of the best things I've played in VR in terms of, visuals and like being in, like filling in the world and stuff. but there's stuff that takes you out of the immersion. And I don't like the zip to. I tried to play this other game that Sev actually gave me this game in VR, and the movement and that, like, you can walk around and stuff, but it makes me so sick after like 10 minutes. I get sick. So I don't know. Man. I want to know. I don't know how PlayStation's going to pull this off, man. PlayStation VR 2 is really probably what is going to really hold the PlayStation generation back. They're going to have way too much money and teams and tied up in that to be able to really focus on what is going to get them through this generation. 2022 Microsoft first party will be current generation, while Sony will still have 3 years of cross. Yeah. Even 340. Yeah, I think 199 would be a solid price for PSVR 2. For $300, I could take that outside and play around with it right outside, man. And I can hook it to my PC and play my PC freaking VR games on it. So yeah, dude, $400 for PSVR that has to be plugged in. I mean, if they've got a model that runs like this one right here does, that I can hook it up to my PC and I can do it wirelessly, maybe $400 might not be too bad, if it's really supporting 4K and doing all that stuff. But if it's a hard plug, dude, no, I don't know if it's going to necessarily work out. I don't think that's going to be good. I'm hoping they throw Ubisoft in with Game Pass for separate bundle. See, that's the thing. Ubisoft Plus is a little bit different than EA Play. You get full-fledged Ubisoft games day and date when they launch. You get all of the DLC, you get everything. So Ubisoft Plus is definitely more of a value than EA Play, but dude, you can buy Ubisoft games for $15 after a few months of them being out. So I don't know how much of a value that is. It might be cheaper to just wait until they go to $15 and buy the games you want, It's the only thing I really want. I'm playing VR right now, but I need 3 to 5 things. Yeah, I mean, this $1,000 laptop and $300 for the VR headset alone, that's $1,300 to play it, and I get a pretty decent experience, dude. I can crank it up to high and play that game at high, so it's not too bad. Also, RDNA 2 has its own AI transporter within it, so we don't even have to root one into programming either. PSVR 2 jugglers game. We all want to juggle. I know, huh? They're like, well, now you can get Beat Saber at 4K. I already got Beat Saber at 4K, man. Oh my gosh. Is Sony scared to show PS5 footage of Forbidden West? Like the 4K 60 is imminent. Oh yeah, 4K 60 is not going to happen. They've already said that, dude. If it's 4K 30, dude, there's no way in hell it's going to be 4K 60. Dude, Uncharted 4 is not even going to run at 4K 60, man. And that game is way way less fidelity than what this new game's coming out. So yeah, dude, what are we gonna get? 1080p, bro? Upscaled, 1080p upscaled. What's up, Onyx? And everybody got mad at me. Everybody got mad at me when I came out with that video a long time ago about it being 1080p. Everybody was getting mad. So I don't know. Ooh. Yeah, they maybe should have waited a couple more years before they started bringing out that. I don't know. It just feels like Sony's trying to throw out all this stuff as quick as they can, see what sticks to the. I don't know, man. I feel like they're shaking. I feel like PlayStation is really shaking right now, because it is. Game Pass is one hell of a value. PlayStation 1 games, when they first came out, they were one hell of a value at $40 bucks, 40, or what was it, $49.99 or whatever. They were a value back then. So yeah, dude. The Game Pass and then them buying Activision, I think things are going to change pretty quick with the news of Activision. Because even just having all of Activision's games day and date in Game Pass, that affects PlayStation like you wouldn't believe. People are like, $70 for Call of Duty, or I could play it over there for free. I don't buy PlayStation. I'm going to get an Xbox. And I mean, there's enough people out there in the marketplace that would be like, yeah, dude, I'm gonna buy an Xbox so I can play Call of Duty. I'm gonna buy an Xbox so I can play Call of Duty on Game Pass. Like I'm perfectly okay with that. Not all I got to do is buy Ultimate Game Pass for $15, and then I don't got to pay for, PlayStation Plus. You got to pay for the game $70. You got to have your PlayStation Plus. You got to have your PlayStation 5. Yeah, that's enough savings. If you buy Call of Duty every single year, that is enough savings to where it makes more sense to buy an Xbox, because you're going to get a better experience on the Xbox, because it's going to be, it's going to take full advantage of the Xbox. Whereas on the PlayStation 5, you are stuck with what that console's limits are. Horizon Forbidden West. That game is full of fog. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's the fog, the fog station, the fog maker. Do you think the Xbox need AR VR? Yeah, eventually. Not right now. I think if Xbox brings VR, they need it. It needs to be like a side project, and um, I don't know if they should necessarily invest a ton of money into it. I mean, maybe if they buy some studios that are really good at doing VR, maybe then. But if I was Xbox, I would try to strike a deal with Oculus to use Oculus Quest 2 as a bridge between it. I don't know if I would develop my own headset for VR, but I would like to see them do VR. Just not full blown like the Kinect or anything. Like they should. I don't know if Xbox should develop its own headset. I think they should make it so you could use like Oculus or something, like get into some kind of deal with Oculus to bring that support. Want to squeeze as much money as possible out of the shills while they can. Yeah, maybe that is the case, dude. I don't know. I don't think that's the case. I think that EA, Activision, Take Two Interactive, PlayStation, and some of the other bigger companies sat in a room together and tried to decide to raise the price, and then Activision fell, dude, which really freaking hurts that little triangle of freaking people. And like I said, Phil Spencer was sitting in there too, being like, Game Pass, Game Pass, Game Pass. And everybody's like, oh man, we'll just do it without him. And he's like, okay, man, I told you guys what the future was gonna be, and you didn't listen to me. And now you're putting out broken games for $70, showing everybody that Game Pass is the future. Every time they sell a broken game, it just markets Game Pass so much better for Xbox. And they're not going to learn, and Sony's going to be the one holding the bag, because they're the only ones that are going to put out games that are completely that aren't buggy broken messes, and the rest of them are going to fail. I mean, we'll find out when Square Enix is the next one to drop a big title that's $70. They're the next ones, aside from a PlayStation first party, that's going to drop the next $70 game with Forspoken. If Forspoken doesn't hold up, if it comes out at like 1440p or 4K 30 or something like that, and it doesn't hold up, and it doesn't look like a $70 game, that's just another strike against the $70 price tag that PlayStation is going to be stuck holding the bag. And take two, like, when is Grand Theft Auto 6 coming out? Grand Theft Auto 6 is their next big thing. That's the next big thing from Take Two Interactive that needs to come out to justify that rise in price. I mean, they've done the 2K game, the 2K basketball and stuff like that, but I mean, them people on there spend a lot of money. So I don't know. I don't know if Sony's going to be able to pull this off, dude. I don't know if they could pull it off all by themselves. I don't know if they could hold up the quality $70 price tag if everybody else is putting out crap. If they're all putting out games that should be on Game Pass. You know what I mean? Like, they should be on Game Pass. I mean, you already seen Square Enix first attempt at a $70 game on PC, and it was broken. It was broken. It came out broken. So tell me, do you really think that Forspoken's going to come out all polished and perfect? I don't know, man. It might. I mean, like, if it was the Final Fantasy developers putting it out, then I'd be like, okay, maybe they got a chance. But Luminous, I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see. We'll definitely see. GTA 5 is GTA 6. GTA 5 is GTA Infinite. I know it's GTA. Whatever, dude. It's GTA. The Savage Joker 95. Hey, I got a PS5 at launch. I'm still trying to get an Xbox Series X. Do you guys have any advice for Series X Savage? If you really want one, you're gonna have to do it through. You can get them a lot easier if you do it on the Xbox. Gosh dang it, All Access. All Access is the easiest way to get any Xbox console. Um, it's a lot easier to get them that way. Yes, you're going to pay for 2 years of Game Pass Ultimate or whatever with it, but it's $35 a month, and once you get your first bill, you can just pay it off. That's what all my friends at work did. They just got their first bill and paid them off, dude. It was like $800 or $900. So that is the easiest way to get one is All Access. Other than that, you're just gonna have to download or follow people the Twitter things, and hopefully you can get one as quick as possible. You know what I mean? Someone made a vid trying to prove Sony is copying and pasting Horizon Forbidden West, and of course they had to yeah, dude. See, that's just dumb, man. Like they are using old animations and stuff from the first game. Like that's expected. Like anybody that's trying to make fun of that, dude, Xbox does it too. Xbox does that too. Everybody does it. Ubisoft does it. Every single person does it. So I don't understand why anybody cares. Not any of these games are built from the ground up anymore. They're all recycled. They use I mean like dude, if I mean what are people going to say when they start using Unreal Engine 5 and like every desert looks the same because they're all scanned data. You know what I mean? They scan on all that data and they have a little thing, you just go in there and like, oh, I think I'll take that rock face and I'll take that. All of it's going to look the same. Ubisoft is a little bit different. They use their own stuff to make their own, mountain ranges and stuff. But if they go over to, I mean, they upgrade their stuff, their tech every with their new engines and stuff. But yeah, dude, that's just the way it goes in video games, man. I don't know why. I mean, Unreal Engine 4 games, they all look pretty much the same. I mean, yeah, the artists will go in there and touch up things, themselves, but yeah, dude. Oh, yeah, but it could be proven wrong. Um, Horizon Forbidden West could get overshadowed by Pokemon, Elden Ring, and Dying Light 2, just like Zero Dawn did with Zelda. Yeah, that's true. I don't know. I think the $70 price tag is really going to hurt. Well, no, because you can buy it $60. Well, you cannot buy it for $60 on your PlayStation 5 if you're buying it digital. Like, I mean, I guess you could go buy the little, I guess you could go buy a disc, but I don't know, man. I think the $70 price tag might hurt it like it's hurt every other PlayStation 5 game out there to date. Every single one of them have been like, there's that select few that buy them up right at once, but then I guarantee a lot of the people that bought Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart just wanted to see the ray tracing. They were like, oh, yeah, I want to see what my PlayStation 5 can do. I guarantee a lot of people bought that game just for that reason. You could be right. I think Elden Ring is good. I think Elden Ring is going to be massive too, but I heard that they made it more user friendly, so it might be more of a user friendly type experience. I haven't been able to play any of the demos on that yet, so I can't tell you for sure. But I mean, if they do it, they do. But whatever. If they have an easy mode in there, I promise you, I'm playing it on easy mode so that I can get my review out faster. I don't think I'll complete Elden Ring before. I don't think I'll complete it before I do my review. That's one of those games that I don't really care to rush. J Rock isn't making fun of it. He's just debunking the narrative that PS games are on a whole nother level. Because you had people saying Elden Ring had copy paste, but Horizon. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I get that. Every game does it. I mean, Elden Ring is really guilty of it. I mean, you can see a lot of the animations and stuff from like Dark Souls, man. At the speed I get through a game these days, I should maybe pick up one and wait for Elden Ring and Dying Light 2. Dying Light 2 is a must for me, man. I really want to play that. I'm really hoping that the parkour. I like the way the first game feels, but I'm really hoping that the second game feels more fluid and it feels more. I don't know. I want it to feel a little bit faster pace. Pokemon is going to outsell everything, probably. I didn't even realize there was a new Pokemon game coming out, guys. Shh. I already am going to be having a hard time buying all these games this month, so we're gonna not say anything about the POK thing. I mean, we're gonna try to say nothing about that. Oh, doesn't move 20 million copies in the first month and a half, then it's dead. I know. I'm preparing my dinner. What are you making for us, Mr. Dude? I'm freaking starving. Ooh, barbecue ribs. That sounds great. It's an open world Pokemon call. Oh yes, dude. Gosh dang it. I'm gonna have to buy that too. Reminds me of Mirror's Edge. Playing Max Payne 3. That game came out right at the end of the 360. Yep, it sure did. I wish they would have freaking gave that one an upgrade. I'll tell you what, none of your business. I bought it on PC. I bought it on Steam. And wow, dude. Wow. It looks freaking way good on Steam, dude. I got it cranked up to the max with everything at 1440p native. And oh my gosh, dude, at like 80, 90 frames a second, all the way up to 120 frames a second. I'm like, wow, this thing is great. Elden Ring will be difficult. Don't you worry about that. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm okay with it being difficult. Nintendo ported to PC. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool if they did too. I would appreciate that. I'd tell you what, I would appreciate that. I would like to play Nintendo games at higher resolution and stuff. Till 2023, if we're spoken, it's terrible. Sony's going to have it. How do you think Sony's in pretty serious trouble, guys? Jerry Brook, I never use Steam. Do they have good game selection? Yeah. Yeah, Steam is really good, dude. They got a lot of games on there, Jerry. I've been buying a lot. I've been buying a lot of games on Steam, dude. I already got like 30 of them, man. Oh my gosh, dude. And I've only had this. I've only been doing the PC gaming for a little while now, so I got just over 30 games. Yeah, no problem, Jerry. Hold on. Yeah, that game's so much better with mouse and keyboard. Nintendo is a novelty. Understood that some of us, you know what, and that's the thing, man. They don't care about adult gamers anymore. There's far more money in the kid market than to try to chase like Call of Duty money and everything like that. They just don't. Nintendo doesn't care. They've sworn to never try to compete on that level again, man. They don't want no part of it. After what PlayStation did to him, could you believe? I mean, would you want to, man? Like PlayStation came out and literally crushed him. Started paying, like making them lose a lot of money and stuff. Like, dude, Nintendo hit rock bottom, man. Especially with the Wii U, man. The Wii U was a piece of was not that great, man. No need to overreact about Sony being in trouble. Sony's going to get help from the president. I know. Don't you worry. Biden's got him, dude. It's going to be a few dry months for Xbox exclusives. Stalker 2 got delayed to December. Redfall will come out in October. So it's Redfall scoring Stalker 2 at the end. I don't know, man. I think that I think if that's the case, then I think Microsoft's gotten something up their sleeve. You know, you'll probably see one of them games coming out in February, coming straight to Game Pass. I'm surprised they haven't said anything about it yet. I get the hype for Horizon Forbidden West. So I'm thinking that Dying Light 2 is not going to be one of them because they would have already announced that by now. You reminded me of Fisher Price Limited Toys for Toddlers. Yeah, for real. Huh? Seafood looks very underdeveloped. The visuals are far from high fidelity. Yeah, that's coming out in the beginning of next month too. Please give us 1440p, 60 FPS console. I would like 1440p. That'd be great. No, Sifu's double A. See, I was thinking, man, I was like, gosh, dude. I asked him to send me code for that one, and they told me no. So I was like, all right, whatever, dude. I won't cover it at all then. Gosh, who cares, man? I mean, Sifu looks kind of fun, but at the end of the day, dude, I don't really care. Sifu's an indie game. I'll wait till it's $10 and then I'll buy it now. I've been waiting forever, and there's so many other games to play that, yeah, I'm not going to beat it anyways. I can already tell you just by the way the Sifu game looks and feels, like plays, I probably maybe will beat it, but I feel the VR will take resource and time for other games. Yeah, I think the VR is definitely going to divert a lot of attention away from Sony's master plan of making games, but I guess they could always just pay for more third parties. You know what I mean? Like they always do. I don't know. I just don't think that that's going to be a winning role for them, especially if I don't know. We'll see how Forspoken does. I mean, that looked really cool when they started first showing Forspoken, but then over the time, dude, it started to not be exactly what I thought it was going to be. Yeah, PlayStation's really pushing hard to get into the PC market for sure, Sev. Yeah, I don't think there's anything they can do to stop it. The Brandon administration. The Brandon. Let's go, Brandon. Stop it. He's starting to think his name is Brandon. You're like, okay, I don't care, man. Oh gosh. Dude, that guy's way too old to be president. I feel as though there are a lot of games that no information on and tired of waiting for special events, these companies. Yeah, woke spoken, man. I don't know, man. They always say you go woke, you go broke. And sounds like Sony wants to pump out woke after woke after woke. And it's like, dude, who cares about this crap? Nobody cares. It's not good to buy a game to sit and get preached to all day. Like I don't care about that. I play games to get away from that stuff. Like I don't care about it. It's not that I don't care about the cause. It's just I don't care about that cause in my video games, man. You know what I mean? Like for recent trailers of Forspoken, that's what I'm thinking. Every time they show me that game, I'm like, ooh boy, I'm not into this as much as I thought I was into this. Paying for timed exclusive, Microsoft's going to pull the rug out from me. Yeah, dude. PlayStation needs to hurry up and buy freaking From Software, dude. Just hurry up or not From Software, but Square Enix. They just need to hurry up and buy them. Kung Fu boxing, but something about Sifu doesn't appeal to me like it should. It's the visuals. The visuals. That's what's pulling me away from it, dude. I don't like the visual style. I wish they would just bring back Rise to Honor or whatever with Jet Li, bro. That game was cool. Just remaster that in 4K, dude, at 60 frames a second. I'd be great. I would love it. Microsoft could have bought Activision, EA, and Ubisoft at the same time, and there would be nothing they could say. Yeah, exactly. There's nothing they can do. The biggest reason they can't do nothing about it is because those games will go to Game Pass day one, and it's a service, so it's not it's not anything else, man. And I mean, everybody's got access to it. You can play it on a cell phone, you can play it on a TV. There's so much access to that it doesn't matter. Like it doesn't matter. They can buy as many of those as they want. Who keeps saying that Redfall is going to be delayed? No, nobody said anything about it. I haven't heard anything official about it being delayed. You're here to entertain me, not lecture me, so I can no longer have my money. Yeah, exactly, dude. I don't want to be lectured with that stuff. That yeah, dude. I don't care, man. I don't care. I do care about a lot of the stuff out there. I mean, clearly everybody cares. I mean, like we hear it and stuff. The world's changing, but I mean, I don't care to listen to that stuff in my video games, man. Especially when they start getting rid of stuff that like, yeah, I don't know, man. The video game community used to be very vulgar. We used to get BMX, triple X, BMX games, man. Now we don't get those anymore. Forspoken, it might be. I don't know. I don't know. It kind of looks that way, but then it kind of doesn't. You know what I mean? Like I can't be 100% shaker. I honestly I cannot be, but if it is, I'm gonna be pissed. I don't want any more freaking woke games, dude. I just don't care about them. I don't care about wokeness in my video games. Woke is fine if you don't shove it in your yeah, exactly. I mean, like, dude, I mean, if people like obviously there's like causes out there that do matter that people should be brought aware of. But I don't want that in my video games or my movies, man. That's why I don't watch a lot of movies anymore, dude. I just don't care about. I mean, the thing that the thing about wokeness that really gets me down is the is how they're always talking about masculinity and stuff like that. And it's like, why are you guys coming down on masculinity, dude? I've never seen weak men do anything, bro, except for hide behind strong men. You know what I mean? Like, or hide behind women. Why would we want a generation or a world full of weak men, dude? I mean, some masculinity is needed. I mean, who's gonna fight like our wars when we go to war with Russia? Like, you think all these woke little freaking boys are gonna do it? No, man. So Saltiest Gamer is doing a live feed right now about PlayStation buying EA because of acting. Oh gosh. I don't know why those guys, I don't understand why those PlayStation fanboys do that stuff. It's like they should know. I'm clearly if somebody like me knows that PlayStation is kind of broke, dude, like why would they be trying to like perpetuate that to their fans, dude? Like seriously, man, just be realistic with people and they'll keep coming back. And that's basically what we do here on this channel. Is we try to be realistic, man. I try to be realistic. Robots will fight the war. Sorry. Story in the first woke serve that weakness. That's the most important thing. At the PS, we were talking about is the push woke standard. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, guys. The whole wokeness, I wouldn't call it woke, but I would say there's a lot of virtual signaling within it. Yeah, maybe we should go with that from now on. Virtue signaling. That sounds a little better because they do. It's like, why are you trying to virtue signal to me, man? You guys are trash more than I am. There's not a lot of terrible stuff going on in my studio. You know what I mean? Like, oh, we have to burn it down. We have to go burn. Have to go burn and go to the store. No, you're good, man. This isn't going to be a long stream tonight, anyways, guys. It's going to be a shorty. Got to take mommy to the store again. She wants to go, and it's already freaking 7:35. So, yeah, I was only planning on going on for like an hour tonight. We're already an hour and 8 minutes, so robots will fight the war. Did you know China is going to stop anything in China that insults or yeah? Well, they should, and that's the thing, man. Like the Middle East isn't stopping that stuff. China's not stopping that. You think Russia's stopping that? You think any of our adversaries? Me personally, I don't think the rest of the world's out to get us. I don't think. I think that the rest of the world is just a bunch of people like us that are trying to do things and get through the day, and none of them wants to be drafted in the army to go fight another war for rich people and politicians, just like the rest of us don't. That's where I think it is. That's where I think it is, man. I think that maybe our governments are sleazy scumbags, and we know that because clearly they are. They lie to us every chance they get, but I don't know, man. Yeah. China is tired of the lady boys. Oh man, we don't even know about the games for summer. Yeah, I mean they still got plenty of time to stop stop mansplaining, man. I know. You gotta go man spread, you know. I'm like, oh my gosh, dude. I tell my wife that all the time. She's like, why do you talk to me like that? And I was because I'm mansplaining this to you, woman. You gotta listen to me. I speak with authority. I'm a man. And she's like, why do guys do that? And I'm like, have you ever like, oh yeah, that's right. You're a woman. You've never had to work around other guys, man. That's how we talk to each other. We mansplain shit to each other because you have to, man. You know what I mean? If you go in there like crying and shit, you know, I mean, they're not going to take you seriously. You can't cry. Anti woke, also anti woke, like to censor things too. Yeah, I think censor is kind of dumb. Like on this channel, I don't want to censor anybody for whatever, but like if they're in here causing trouble and like starting stuff with other people that are here, then yeah, we're gonna block them. We're gonna put them in timeout for a while, and then after a while, maybe we'll unblock them. But yeah, because I want people, even if they're Sony fanboys, to like come to our show, even though they're spouting their nonsense, they're still hearing what I'm saying, and eventually it's gonna make sense to them, and they're gonna be like, oh, I see. It makes sense now. You know, yeah, you're right. And then maybe they'll change their attitude, but except Shadow and Rogue. No, Shadow and Rogue are back. I unblocked them the other day. I hate fear, make no money. Yeah, I mean, when they come in here and do their nonsense, dude, they get put in timeout. We'll put them in timeout, you know. But I mean, if they come here to like enjoy the show and like talk to people and like, I don't care if they have like, dude, if they have like real honest input about PlayStation and stuff, what's going on, like, dude, I'm all about hearing that, dude. I'm a gamer. I like hearing cool gaming stories, man. Like I'm cool with that. It's the stupid stuff like, oh man, did you know Microsoft is going to become a third-party company? I don't think you know that. I mean, were you at the Microsoft meeting, bro? Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, it just don't make sense, guys. But all right, man. I'm gonna go take Mama to the store so she can start cooking dinner. It's getting late. I try not to eat after a late time, but I had a coworker snap at me because I refer her as a man. I'm like, okay, good luck going. Good luck logging in on your PC when I don't update your user credentials. Keep you locked out. You guys have a good night, man. I'll leave you. What was that? Your dog is. Man, Sonny will go through. Yeah, that's probably true. I could see that. You guys have a good night. Don't forget to like post a bunch of stuff into on the Discord, guys. You guys have a good night, man. And I hope you guys like the way that Discord's going. And don't forget, if you sign up for the memberships are now battle passes. I know, it's funny. I changed the names to battle passes so you guys can get your battle pass. So when we start doing Fanboys Anonymous again, you guys will have your battle pass ready, and it'll be great. So we'll see you guys later. Thanks for coming.